Today, class, we're going to start talking about chemical bonding. So, a chemical bond is a mutual electrical attraction between the nuclei and valence electrons of different atoms that binds the atoms together. There's three types of bonds: ionic, covalent, and you see molecular in parentheses, and then metallic. So, ionic bonding is the transfer of electrons. They contain one cation, which we know cations are metals, and one nonmetal, which we know nonmetals are anions. And a covalent bond is a sharing of electrons, and they contain two nonmetals. Metallic, we'll talk about a little bit later in this unit, and metallic bonding is between two metals. So, using electronegativity difference to classify bonding. So the bond character formula, XA minus XB over XA times 100. XA is the more electronegative element, and XB is the less electronegative element. And those values you will find on an electronegativity chart. You're not going to have to memorize any of those. And when it says the more electronegative element or the less electronegative element, you're comparing two elements. So you're not going to have 7 or 8 elements to deal with. You're just going to be classifying between two elements, what bond is there or is formed. So a nonpolar covalent bond is a covalent bond in which the bonding electrons are shared equally by the bonded atoms, resulting in a balanced distribution of electrical charge. So if we have a 0 to 5% bond character, we have a nonpolar covalent bond. Polar covalent bond, it's an uneven attraction for the shared electron. So if we have a 5.1 to 50% bond character, we have a polar covalent bond. And we know an ionic compound or an ionic bond is a transfer of electrons. We'll have that if we have a greater than 50% bond character. So we're going to do a few examples here. So it says using the bond character formula, which we know is XA minus XB all over XA times 100%. So first one, we're going to deal with nitrogen and hydrogen. So to get the values, you're going to look at your electronegativity chart. So nitrogen has an electronegativity of 3, hydrogen 2.1. We could see here the more electronegative element is nitrogen, so that's XA. So it'll be 3 minus the least electronegative element here, which is hydrogen, 2.1, all over 3 times 100%. Now, don't go ahead and plug all this in your calculator at once. Go step by step. So we have 3 minus 2.1, hit equals, divided by 3, hit equals, and then times 100%. And you should get 30%. So if we get 30%, we should have a polar covalent bond. Okay, now the next one, fluorine and fluorine. So they both have an electronegativity of 4. So they're the same value, so it'll be 4 minus 4 divided by 4 times 100%. We do that, and we're going to get 0. So that means we have a nonpolar covalent bond. Try to fit this one here. So calcium, we have an electronegativity value of 1. Chlorine, we have 3. So chlorines are XA. So we have 3 minus 1 all over 3 times 100%. So we have 2 divided by 3 times 100, and we get 66. 0.67%, which will tell us we have an ionic bond. And this concludes our video on the introduction to chemical bonding.